What's the hubbub? News and updates for the active DCU and some countering to the Snyder Bros Deadverse noise out there. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, by the way. We've learned that James Gunn's Superman is the most viewed 2025 movie on Google TV, but Snyder-centric channels such as Aaron Fisher will tell you nobody is interested in the DCU. Welp, towards Supergirl news, I wanted to mention the teaser trailer description has leaked. It's described as fun, rebellious, and action-packed, with music featuring a track by Blondie. The teaser opens with a surprisingly grounded yet comedic beat. We see Crypto the Superdog casually lifting his leg to pee on a space rock. The camera pans to Kara, Supergirl, who is waking up looking disheveled, groggy, and clearly nursing a massive hangover. As she tries to gather herself, the iconic sound of Blondie kicks in, shifting the energy instantly. The trailer explodes into a fast-paced montage of stylized action. We see Kara blasting through cosmic environments, delivering brutal punches to alien threats, and flying with aggressive speed. The vibe is distinct from Superman. It's grittier, louder, and colorful, focusing on a Supergirl who is ready to fight. Scooper Daniel RPK says he heard that. Supergirl is very good and has a pretty decent track record. However, Gunn did recently shoot down a Steve Trevor rumor of appearing in Man of Tomorrow. On some potential casting news regarding Man of Tomorrow, by the way, it seems DC Studios has potentially shortlisted Matt Smith for the role of Brainiac. He is one of 3 actors in contention for the part in Man of Tomorrow. According to Nexus Point News, the list includes Claes Bang, Matt Smith, and Sam Rockwell. Gunn responded to a rumor stating that Steve Trevor may be on Gunn's casting list for Man of Tomorrow. This rumor originated after Scooper Daniel Richtman said that there is a major new male character they are casting for Man of Tomorrow. As many people quickly began speculating this could either be Steve or potentially Batman. Nope, Gunn simply said when responding to the rumor. James Gunn has tackled some thoughts about how his version of Batman may look, though. He stated, "The most requested thing would be the blue and gray, then the yellow around the bat, and then the white eyes. But all of those things I find less important than the character himself, the writing, and the person who plays him. Individuals are making clear what they want to see. But even the most requested thing, the blue and gray, is split evenly with people who don't want that. And the other 2 most requested things are also things just as many people say they don't want to see. So you have to do what's right by the specific film and story. Personally, I think he will do a blue and gray look, but possibly skips the yellow on emblem. Something still comic book by nature and different than other iterations. I feel like the white eyes are always asked for, but unsure if it translates to live action. That may all come down to tests and techniques they try. As for the Matt Reeves Batman sequel, Eric Messerschmidt of The Killer and Mindhunter is reportedly taking over as cinematographer for The Batman Part 2, as Greg Fraser is not returning for the sequel. On all the Restore Snyder chatter from the Minions Online, Larry Fong chimed in. He said Zach's posting some past memories on Instagram, so I thought I would too. They were good times. Don't try to read too much into it. Also, I see the usual suspects are pushing Netflix as the path. Interesting, they tend to overlook. Netflix has reportedly abandoned Zack Snyder's planned projects, leaving little hope for those who want to see his DC universe return. I guess the Snyder Bros are just trying to walk back the Saudi nonsense that they pretended already happened.
Said it couldn't be done. The Snyderverse is about to be restored, and I told you if you kept your wallets closed, we would get what we want.
Boom! Restored! like we've been telling you for a long time.
The celebration videos were fake reactions, and now they are pinning hopes into Netflix. Pathetic. Speaking of which, when Forbes favors something they want to be true, they sure seem to want to believe it. Recently, a Forbes feature indicates the Supergirl budget sits at around $200 million. However, it's said as an offhand estimate, as opposed to an analysis of the film's financial elements. In a post on Threads, Gunn was asked about that figure and shot it down succinctly, saying it is not even a little bit true. Remember when Forbes had no financials to actually back up a $42 million loss? All they did was split the theater take in half with the difference of costs. No breakdown, no financials of the revenue streams. The Snyder Bros ran with it. Then, when Forbes did a follow-up stating its profits are going to be over $150 million, oh, look, the Snyder groupies are doubting it. It all comes down to whatever they can use, even when clear falsehoods, to claim a flop within the DCU. They think anything painted as a flop somehow helps to bring back their geriatric Snyderverse. They don't care if the movies are good. The boycotting and flop hopes are before ever watching. You can dismiss a review of DCU movies from a harsh critics or Aaron Fisher that wanted it to fail and talked down the movies before ever seeing them. These aren't some astute film review guru channels. They are just on the Gunn hate train. I thought this post was funny by Aaron Fisher on X. It's like he's ignoring all nuance here. On one hand, you go on about Man of Steel, which did about the same as Superman for the box office, as being a success. Now, we aren't even in the superhero boom box office era. By calling Superman a flop, you are calling Man of Steel one. Both were moderate successes, but you're missing some key era differences. Right now, animated kids' movies are about the safest bet for theaters. The superhero genre has been in decline for a while. Look how you leave out that Superman is the #1 superhero movie of 2025, having beat all 3 Marvel movies. Get a clue? The DCU has to rebuild the reputation of DC live-action movies after the end of the DCEU tarnished it. Plus, the superhero genre itself is down. Even a new Fantastic Four movie from Marvel with solid reviews did less than Superman did. With a movie like Zootopia 2, that came off of the success of the first installment. I never doubted it would do numbers. As some have pointed out, the parents need something especially in this time of year to get their kids out for family time events. Animated movies still have a super wide audience to do numbers, and especially with a brilliant release date choice towards the winter, there is little competition. And in this time of year, people tend to look for things to do indoors from the colder weather, especially with their kids. The summer competition was huge for Superman, and it did quite well against it. Certainly, it did enough to build the plan into a Superman saga series of movies. If it were a literal flop, that never would have happened. You're wrong indeed. It's getting a little silly towards the angles some are taking to hit the DCU. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below, as well as on who you like out of the potential choices for Man of Tomorrow's potential Brainiac casting, by the way. I feel like fan consensus would lean towards Matt Smith, but I'm interested in your thoughts. That was today's hubbub. Look up, not back. No Snyderverse, no problem.